Welcome back. Now the approach has just unlocked. Okay, so now we're going to begin an approach. I think this is a fun part. Okay. First key thing is getting those mechanical issues settled first. Okay, before you even worry. I mean, you can add in an approach, one simple approach. Okay, for each one. Just to start off with. Okay, and then once you get those mechanical flaws down that you don't have to worry about and think about your mechanics, you start adding in all the different approaches, then you can really get into the game and really train and train well and then play, excuse me, at a very high level. Okay, and it's all about your approach. Okay, and we're going to cover what you should be doing, between hitting, pitching, infield or outfield, catching, if you're on the bench. Okay, so let's just start off with how you should be approaching the academy courses. Okay, so this is the starter pack. So the starter pack is all about getting your mechanics down. Okay, they're giving all what I wanted to do. I mean, everything is progressions with me. Okay, everything has a purpose behind everything that I do. Okay, so we're starting off with the mechanics. Okay, you get the mechanics down, then you can start doing the baseball IQ. And that's the whole purpose of this course, is to get us better baseball IQs, knowing the situations so we can play better ball and we can create a better brand of baseball, especially at the youth amateur levels, right? 18U and under. All age brackets, can use this. Okay, yeah, you're going to have to modify a little bit. I'm going to be, when we get to base running, we're going to be teaching leads. Obviously, you're not doing leads until maybe like 12, 13, maybe 11. So I'm not sure what the entire rule is at that level. I would have to go back and review. So yeah, you're going to have to modify it, but that's one little minor detail, but the secondary and working on the little base running things are all the same. Okay, only thing that's different is your lead. Okay, if you got a coach pitch, you're still taking the same approach as a hitter, even if you're hitting off a coach or hitting off a tee. Okay, if you're doing t-ball. Okay, I would not suggest T-ballers be going through these videos. We're not going to fully understand it. I would suggest just going out and playing, have some fun. Okay, probably up until about 8 years old. If you want to buy these courses, just to have them by the time they reach that age to be able to show them where they can definitely comprehend, do it. But other than that, you want to keep this game simple, and you want to incorporate the fun. Okay, you want them having fun first. Okay, that is the key to keeping them in this game, is the fun level, right? So this game is very frustrating and you're gonna fail. Okay, you're gonna make errors. You're gonna strike out. You're gonna swing and miss. Okay, but ultimately you learn to work through that. All right, so if you haven't done so, pause this video, come back to it, and do the 3-day mindset challenge. Okay, I will put that up in the members area, the link to go to the 3-day mindset challenge, and you're going to be spending 3 days, because each one's going to unlock 3 separate days. Okay, just plug in the same email. You can use the same password. They're 2 different members areas, so it's 2 different links, 2 different members areas that you're going to have 2 separate logins. You can have the same login. Nothing's telling you that you can't. And it's two separate things, okay, virtually. So go back and do that if you haven't done so. Okay, so your mindset is the key on what we want to get down. Okay, We want to virtually get ourselves to that point that we're believing in ourselves and we're having fun. Because honestly, if you're not believing in yourself while you're playing this game, nobody else is. Okay, you're going to lose faith in your teammates. Like, oh man, Johnny's in the lineup today. What's going to go wrong here, you know? And trust me, I've been there. I've done it secretly. I mean, I talked to my dad, who used to be a coach. Like, man, what's Coach Mark thinking? Like, this kid's pitching this big of a game. Then the kid went out and pitched the game of his life. Like, I was just like, that's awesome. So, I mean, he pitched the game of his life because he believed that he would. And we were doing so well in that tournament that energy just fed off in his performance. And we all backed him up after that. Okay? I mean, he had some pretty poor performances. So we really didn't have faith in that situation with him. But we really didn't have anybody else to go to. And he pitched a game of his life. So, I mean, your mindset is key. So I want each and every person to get that mindset, that blue-collar mindset, that no matter what, you're going to be working hard at this game. Okay? You're going to work hard, you're going to play hard, and you're going to play smart. Okay? When you play this game at 100%. You play this game like it's your last game you're ever playing, ever. Okay? You leave it all out there. Okay? If you make a mistake, you make a mistake. So what? It's not the end of the world. That ball that you should have laid out for, you lay out for it. Whether you make that play or not, whether it sticks in your glove or not, lay out, sell out, give that effort. 100% effort. Okay? Play free of failure. Okay? Whenever we put that in the back of our minds that we're going to fail, we are going to fail. I mean, it's a simple concept. The brain, if you're thinking you're going to fail, you will. Okay, if you got that mindset that you're going to succeed, you're going to have fun, that's ultimately what's going to happen. Okay, that the mind is so powerful that it's going to dictate what's going to happen in front of you. What's going to happen to your life. Okay, it's all about your mindset. Also, within the 3-day mindset challenge, you're gonna go across accepting failures. So you're gonna have obstacles. Obstacles are a part of this game, and it's being able to accept that. Okay, and to be able to work through it, and it doesn't matter. Okay, and I have one more thing. If I think about it, I'll make sure, by the end, I'll make sure I state it. Okay, so let's get into hitting. So the things that you can start working on in the starter pack that I would suggest. Okay, I mean, it's very simple and it's not going to overdo it. So you're going to hunt the fastball. Simple concept. That's the one pitch that you're looking for, and that's the one pitch that you're always going to swing at. I mean, obviously, if it's way out the zone, way up, way down, okay, yeah, you take it. But if it's in your zone and you know that you can hit it, you're not missing it. I mean, every now and then you may miss it. You may foul it straight back, and you're going to be a little bit upset. Like, man, that was that one pitch. What'd I do to foul it off? But you got the pitcher thinking a little bit, right? Like, man, I just made a mistake. He just missed that pitch. If I give it to him again by accident again, he's probably not going to miss it, because he's showing that he's going to swing and hunt that pitch. Okay, and then you got two-strike approach. Okay, in the starter, I believe it was a starter pack. If not, definitely in the prime, we go over the this two-strike approach. Okay, so two-strike approach, you're not freaking out because you're in a two-strike count. You're staying calm, you're staying collective, you still got approach, okay? Before you got to two strikes, you had a different approach, right? Excuse me. Just trying to clear my throat. Get through this video. I don't know what's going on with my throat. But your two-strike approach. Too many young guys when they get into two strikes, we wanna freak out because we're down to our last strike. Okay, we don't want to strike out. Okay, we hate striking out. We get it. Okay, striking out sucks, but it's part of the game. First off, so accept that. Second, don't fear it. Third, just change your approach. Okay. So you're early in the count, so 0-0, 0-1. I mean, there's less pressure, right? We get the two strikes, there's a little bit more pressure, and we put that pressure on ourselves instead of just staying calm, staying collective, and then changing our approach. So one way to do it, which is what my coach taught at BW, was to hit a one-hop seed opposite direction. So I'm a right-handed hitter. I'm going to hit it to the second baseman. Okay? So if I'm a lefty, I'm hitting that one-hop seed to the shortstop. Okay? You're not changing anything in the box. You're just changing your mindset on where you're going to hit it. Okay? And where you're going to square it up. Okay? This is going to allow you to sit back on off speed and also let that ball get deep. If that ball's pitched on the inside corner, I mean, if you can somehow get your hands around to foul it off, that's fine. And yes, okay. So one thing about that, you're going to have your distractions, right? You're going to have noise. You're going to have whatever. You're going to deal with it. It's no excuse. You're going to have to work through that, okay? He's such a lovable little guy. He's just playing on his tablet right now. So he's going to be a part of these videos sometimes not. Okay? So either way, work through it. Okay? You just got to work through it. Okay? While you're doing these courses, I definitely suggest that you find a quiet area. Most of us like to study in quiet areas. That's fine. But if you want to really truly test yourself, put yourself in a chaotic situation and try studying through it. Okay? Okay, so second part of the two-strike approach. So the first one was, nothing mechanically changes. You're just changing your mindset to drive that ball middle away. That's all you're doing. Okay? That's going to allow you to sit back a little bit deeper in the zone. If it's on the inside corner, you just try to waste it the best that you can. Okay? Other than that, you're allowing that ball to get deep, and you're still gonna have a good opportunity to drive that ball. Second one is the 2-2-2 method, right? You choke up 2 inches on the bat. This is gonna give you more bat control, more chance to find the sweet spot. You're gonna move closer to the plate. Okay, so let me pull up the diagram. All right, so the diagram. So you're gonna choke up on the bat 2 inches for more bat control. You're gonna take away the inside corner by moving up 2 inches, and then you're gonna move closer to the pitcher 2 inches. Okay, and one way I always found that worked well was I'm also going to eliminate my stride. So I'm going to get wider, and I'm going to eliminate my stride. So I'm pretty much, what I'm doing is I'm rocking back, picking my foot up, setting it back down in the same spot. Okay? So I'm simplifying the swing. I'm simplifying the one thing. This is the method that I like to use. Okay, I found that it worked pretty well. Okay? So you are moving closer. You're allowing yourself to find the barrel. You're choking up. Okay, you're moving up so that you can catch that off speed before it breaks, and breaks hard on you, and then you swing and miss. Okay, and with this method, the 1 year I think I only had 2 strikeouts the entire summer. I mean, that was a pretty cool stat. I mean, I only struck out twice. And that method truly works. Okay, so you can always do that one. Find out which one works, which one you like best. Okay, it's all personal preference. And the at bats. So going to preach, create note cards for yourself, laminate them, put them in your back pocket. Okay, if not, put them in your bag. Okay, so the ink don't smear, and you got to rewrite them. I mean, that can be more frustrating than actually going through and finding your notes and making sure you're writing them down. Okay, so quality at bats, and the only reason I got them written down is so that I can remember to cover everything that I want to. Okay, and sometimes when I'm talking about the quality at bats, especially quality at bats, there's 8 ways, right? Sometimes, I forget about 1, maybe 2, okay? So I got them all written down, okay? So quality at bats, okay? First, you want to be about 60% out of all your total at bats, okay? That's going to help you to help the team to win, okay? And it also gets you out that mindset that the only way that you can have a successful at bat is to have a hit, okay? That's one way out of the 8 is to get a hit. But as you're going to see, that is my listed item. Okay, I'll even show you right now. Last item. Okay, you're going to see it backwards, maybe forward, who knows. But right there, hit is dead last. And why do I mark it last? Because it's not the only way. Every time that you get up to hit, you have a job to do. Okay, if the runner is on first, you got to try to move him to second. If the runner's on second, you got to try to move him to third. So the first one I put down is move the runner. Okay, and that can be through a sac bunt as well. Or it could be a grounder, or a fly ball where he tags up from second. Okay. Number 2 is getting a sac fly. So when the guy's on third base, you hit a fly ball. You know that the fly ball is going to get the job done. And if you are tracking this, you also got to know, you got to mark one or the other. I mean, you can't mark down that they got 2 quality at bats on 1 at bat. That doesn't really make sense. Okay, so if he squared up the sac fly, absolutely rocketed it, it doesn't go down as a hard hit out and a sac fly. It goes down as a sac fly in the book. So that's the third item, is getting a hard hit out. Because too many, we hate making outs. I get it. We feel like it's an unsuccessful at bat because we made an out, even though we squared it up. That we got to do better, right? Wrong. Because your next at bat, if you have the same approach and you still hit it hard, it may go through, right? Or it may go right at him again, but guess what? Your approach and your mechanics and everything are still on it. You may be 0 for 2 in the book, but you're 2 for 2 in quality at bats. And then the third one, if you keep the same approach, you keep a good positive mindset, that hit may get through the next time if you square it up again. Okay? Also, if you reach on an error, that's a quality at bat. Right? Yeah, you may have mishit it and whatnot, but that's where you make the adjustment the next pitch, right? Next at bat. You reach on error, guess what? You're on first base, and now you can potentially help the team and score, right? So you still did a good job, okay? So walks. One thing I don't want us looking for walks. I want you to let it happen. Okay, and what I mean by this is I want you to be aggressive. Okay, so say you get to a 2-strike count, you fouled off. So this is leading into one of the other quality at bats. It's like an 8-pitch at bat. I mean, I would say on average, I would always average at least, 5 pitches each at bat. It was very rare that, I was getting out within the first 3 pitches. I still wanted to make it tough on the pitcher, right? So you can foul it off. You take on those bad pitches. You make the pitcher work. They start getting tired. Okay. I want you to still be aggressive. I want you to fight off those 2 strikes. I want you to waste some pitches. But you're not going to be looking for walks. You're going to be looking to square the ball up. You're not going to look for walks, because when you look for walks, you're going to take pitches, you're going to take strikes, and you're going to go down looking. Nothing's more frustrating is when you strike out looking. Okay? Don't go down looking. If you're going to go down swinging. Okay? But waste it. Let the walks happen. We're not looking to get a walk. Okay, get that out your mind. We're not looking for a walk. You need to fight. Okay, you need to compete. You let the walks happen. Okay, it's simple. Okay, and then hit by pitch. I mean, those happen every now and then. Even if you scoot out the way, sometimes the ball's going to find you. Not me. I would not leave the box. Okay, all I did was turn the front shoulder. Most of my hit by pitches came like right here. Okay, because I turned the shoulder. Okay, yeah, I mean, is it going to hurt? And then I'm going to wonder, why I'm sore the next day? Yeah. But ultimately, I mean, I loved first base. I love scoring. So I'm gonna let them hit me if they make a mistake. And so I'm gonna get to first base. So then 8-pitch at bat is the next one. So you're making the pitcher work. Okay, make the pitcher work. Okay, you don't want to be an easy out. And then the last one is getting a hit. Okay, so let me just go through that list so then you can recognize and do it. Okay, you got move the runner. That can be a sack, bunt, ground ball. Okay, sack, fly. You get that guy in from third with a fly ball. You know your job. Okay, and this comes from knowing the situations in front of you. A hard hit out, you know that you're still in the right spot to be able to get a good hit and help out the team. Reaching on error, you got to first base. It doesn't matter. Okay, walk. Don't look for them. Just let them happen. Okay, fight the entire at bat. Let the walks happen just naturally. Okay, just like when I get into the pitcher. I will bring it up again. It's similar to the walk mentality. Okay, hit by pitch. You got the first base. Okay, it doesn't go against your batting average. It doesn't even go down as an official at bat. It goes down as a plate appearance, which helps your on base percentage. Okay, and that's the one stat. If you're going to pay attention to, you should be paying attention to. Okay, 8-pitch at bat. You're making the pitcher work, and then obviously base hit. You're doing your job. You're getting on base. Doesn't matter if it's a single, double, triple, or a home run. Okay. Three up, three down. Okay. You face 3 guys. You get them out in 3 pitches, and you sit them down. Get back on offense. Get back on offense as quick as possible. Get 3 up, 3 down. Your first pitch should be a strike. Okay, the percentage of getting them out when you throw a first pitch strike skyrockets. Okay, and that goes into advantage counts. Okay, are we getting ahead of them on the first 3 pitches? Okay, are we getting to an 0-2, 1-2 count? So even on 0-2, you could throw 3 pitches, but one could be fouled off, or 1-2 count. If you're falling behind 2-0, I mean, first off, you're driving up your pitch count. You're not going to last very long in the game if you're driving up your pitch count. I had this one pitcher this past summer. Man, like, I don't know what it was with him, he was super challenging to get the mental aspect down. Like you could tell, but that he was getting it, but he was like putting too much pressure on himself to do it. He was like my ultimate pitcher. Like he would either fall behind you 3-0 and then battle back, or get ahead of you, 0-2, 1-2, and then somehow find a 3-2 count. I mean, yeah, we want to do setup pitches. Yeah, we want to do, the potential to get a swing and miss. Nothing too fine, in a 2-strike count to try to get the hitter out. But we're doing that way too often. And we were catching ourselves in 3-2 counts. I mean, by the third inning, he was already at 70, 80 pitches. So, I mean, you only got like 20 more pitches, if you're a starter. So you're not lasting very long. You're not helping out the team with that aspect. So you got to have the mindset to get them out. And I mean, I'm telling you what, this pitcher, if he gets it down, I mean, he with the movement on his pitches and the arm velocity and the movement that he creates and the fluidness in his arm, I mean, he could be a D1 pitcher. But it's right here that may not get him there, okay? And I hope he gets it down, okay? I really do. But he needs to get to that advantage count, okay? And then the next point is to pitch to contact. I know strikeouts are cool. They're fun. That's the coolest stat that's out there, being a pitcher. But that's not what pitching's about. Okay, pitching is not about getting strikeouts. Pitchers that are really good at getting strikeouts, they're not pitching to get strikeouts. They're not trying to get you out via the strikeout. Okay, they are just throwing their pitches and throwing them really well with high intent. Okay, they just get a lot of swings and misses. Okay, look at Shane Bieber, who just won the Cy Young not that long ago. I believe he was the Cy Young. And then either way, if he wasn't Cy Young, I would have to look that up. It's, for some reason I just can't think of it right at this moment, but I believe he was a Cy Young. I'm blabbering my words right now, but he won the All-Star Game MVP. He's a high strikeout guy, but he's not pitching to get strikeouts. He's just trying to get outs. Okay. He's pitching to contact, but his stuff is so good that he's getting a high volume amount of strikeouts. And we see that and we want that. But he's got the mentality of pitching to contact. Okay. He's just out there to get outs. That's his mindset. That's his goal. Okay. And that's with any pitcher, that's especially at the major league level. Okay. So pitching's done. Pitching's simple. Infield, outfield. Okay. Always want the ball. Okay. As an infielder, outfielder, you always want the ball, because if you are fearing the ball and you don't want to hit your way, that's when the ball's going to find you first. First off. Okay, that's when the ball's going to find you. And when you have that mindset, you're most likely going to make a mistake. Okay, you don't want to make a mistake. So if you want the ball and you want to get the out, that's what's going to happen. Okay? Second, if you do make a mistake, get over it. Okay? The next one hits your way, make the adjustment, make the play. Right? Tell a pitcher, my bad, I got you. Very next one. Okay? Do your job again. You did your job, I didn't back you up, I got you, next one. Okay? That's how you should approach that. Catcher. I love catchers, by the way. I didn't like playing it, but I love my good catchers. Okay, I love those guys that are tough and gritty. Okay, football mentality. Gonna get down in the trenches, gonna get in there, be the best. Okay, you are one of the most important positions on the field. Okay, you got to know everything. Okay, that's another point. You got to know everything. You got to know how to be able to cater. You general. Okay, you communicate everything. You see the entire. You see what the runners are doing. You see the lead that they're getting. You see where you remember what they did their last at bat. Okay, I want the infield and outfield to get to that point where they memorize the at bats and what they did. So you're pretty much calculating the spray chart in here without actually having the spray chart and having somebody remind you. So when you come in, so you got 5, 6, 7 coming up next inning. If you come up and you look at the spray chart, like, hey, where'd he hit it? You don't need the spray chart because oh, 5-hole hitter, hit it oppo the first time, hit it middle the second time. So that's where he's looking to go, within his swing. Also, you can read it pre-pitch. Okay, so say the starter got pulled out and the reliever throws a little bit harder. He's a little bit behind. He's fouling him off. You shift accordingly to take it away. What's up, man? Oh, yeah, not nice. So, you can also help remind your teammates, okay? And then, very last one, and then it's going to wrap up. The bench, okay? So, the bench, you need to stay ready to play. Yeah, I mean, you can sit and pout. I'm not in the lineup today, so I'm just going to sit and not pay attention. Whatever. Coach doesn't like me. All this. Well, you're not going to get in the game because you're not going to be prepared. You're not going to be prepared to get in the game. It's simple. Okay? You need to stay ready to play. So when I'm looking at my players on the bench, if that's your game, buddy. Sometimes I just gotta give him the answer and then he goes back to it. He's so funny. He's so cute. He's awesome. So anyway, the bench. You need to stay ready to play. You need to stay focused. Okay.
What's that?
It's your game. All right. Back to it. Like I said, you're gonna have distractions. You gotta work through it, right? It's just one little obstacle that you gotta work through, right? So, bench play. Me as a coach, what I'm looking for, if your name was not called to be in the starting lineup that day, what's your body language on the bench? First off, you need to be doing the little things, right? Offer up to do the book. And I know a lot of times, we want to get that away and have parents do it, and you got Game Changer, you got all these different apps. I mean, personally, I'm a big fan of, pen and paper. Okay, the pen and paper books. Yeah, but the whole problem is not a whole lot of us know the positions on the field, the numbers, how to mark them. I mean, the book is so easy. I mean, it's so easy, but you're staying focused on the game. Okay, so I'm watching, I'm listening to what kind of conversations we're having. Are we talking about baseball? Are we talking about the plays in front of us, or are we talking about Fortnite or whatever? If you're doing all that, you're not getting in the game. I'm sorry. I mean, you're just not. So I mean, literally, if you're doing that, you don't even need to ask coach why. Because my answer is going to be, you're not focused on the game. You're in the dugout talking about, Fortnite and playing online and whatever you may be doing, fantasy football or, but if you're talking baseball and you're talking about the previous at bat, guess what? You're engaged on the game. I'm most likely going to still get you in. If not, if an injury happens at your position, if you're not ready to go, I'm going to find somebody else. If you're talking about something else, you're not ready to go. You're not ready to do your job. Also, some things that, I love, and some things I always did when I was on the bench were different things to stay loose. Okay, the one half inning, you take a jog down to the right field fence and you come back. By that time the inning starts, but you ran and you kept the legs loose, you kept the blood flow going. Okay, and have fun with it. Take a group with you, and as you start getting closer, you race back to the dugout and you see who wins, right? Getting the foul balls. There's nothing more frustrating as a coach than telling your team, hey, we got to be on that. Go get those foul balls. Take pride in it. Okay, don't rely on somebody else to bring the ball back. Okay? MLB, they keep the balls. At our level, we need those balls back. Okay, we only got a select few. We don't got 12 dozen for one game. Okay, we only got 4 to 6 game balls. Okay? They need to be back. Plus, each ball is like $5 per. Okay? You got to get them back. Excuse me. Because one mindset that you got to have, okay, each ball is roughly $5, right? So 1 dozen is costing $40, $50 per dozen. Okay, they're not cheap. We want those balls back. Okay, so go get the foul balls. Have a competition with it. Make sure somebody's on it in between each half inning. Or 1 inning it's Jack, 1 inning it's Johnny, the next inning it's Rylan, next inning it's Edmonds, next inning it's this guy. Okay, so on and so forth. Okay, and so then like the next half inning you can stretch. Next half inning you take a jog. Next half inning stretch. Do your bands. Okay, grab a bat. Stay in the game. Okay. If I see that you are still staying in the game, it's showing that you're staying ready for your opportunity. Okay, because you never know what may happen. Injury could happen. You could be going in the first inning. But if you weren't staying ready, I'm going to find somebody else. Where you're going to get your opportunity, and then I'm going to be like, well, that's why you weren't staying ready. Okay? I mean, you can easily get discouraged when you don't see your name in the starting lineup, or you can take it as your opportunity, your motivation to get on that field by doing those little things. Those little things build up to the bigger picture. And I've seen players that stay focused. I had this one 15U player on our 16U squad, or he was 16. So 16U squad, he was 15. Okay, he wasn't quite ready for 16U ball yet. But I'll tell you what, he was not one of our everyday starters. He wasn't fully ready to be out there and perform at a consistent level. He rode the pine a lot. But by the end of the year, he kept himself ready and prepared the entire time. He learned from being on the bench. And how do you do that? How do you get better by sitting on the bench? Well, he stayed focused. And our last tournament of the year, he was in the lineup every single time because he got one opportunity in the first game. and he lined this ball out. He lined it out, right at the first baseman. He was a righty. He hit it oppo, but he absolutely drilled it. He found himself playing the rest of that tournament, and he had a great tournament, by the way, because he stayed ready. All right. Did he play 16U ball the next year? Yes. Just so he could stay with his age group and get a little bit better because the little lack of playing time that he had that year. But he stayed ready and he stayed prepared. Okay, and he didn't approach it like, hey, I'm gonna just feel sorry for myself. I'm going to get better. I'm going to study. I'm going to learn this game to get on that field. That's the approach we should all be taking. Okay, and lastly, if you're on the bench and you're worried about your PT, you need to be talking to your coach. Okay, you need to be doing the talking, not your parent. Okay. If your parents doing your talking for you, you're just going to be more in the doghouse. You don't want to be in the doghouse, right? If you're in the doghouse, good luck getting on the field. You got to bury yourself out that doghouse. So you do the talking about your PT, and the question you need to ask is, Coach, I need to do. That's how. So that concludes. Okay, go through. Make sure that you are. Okay. There's a lot here. There's going to be a lot everywhere. Okay. And I'm talking about this. I'm trying to cover a lot in a little bit of time. So I'm probably going to miss some things. So ask those questions, within the Facebook group, and I'll make sure I try to get those answered for everyone. Okay. If I need to make a video, I need to make a video. If I need to go live, do whatever, get that answered or answer your question, directly in the Facebook group, I'm going to do it. Okay, that is the ultimate job that I'm going to do. Okay, so we're going to wrap it up, get studying. Okay, beware of the next one. I can't remember the order, but okay, make sure you take all the little things, get your mindsets down. Okay, get your approaches down. Okay, you'll see so much improvement in your game with a good approach. Okay, stay tuned. I'm so excited to help you out. Okay, so I hope you're enjoying, and we're just gonna keep venturing through this journey together. Okay, here we go. Get to work.